Yeah, man, this is about the arrest that I was going through by the NYPD. I was being arrested all the time. You can see here, I'm a Jew. You can see that. Um, let's start. It just started creeping on me. Like when I first got arrested. When I first got arrested, it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was about the gym. I was at the gym working out for my fitness. Um, I just got in an argument with some ladies at the recreation center. I got in an argument with them. They look like black trash that start trouble and they want to cause chaos. I was just taking advantage of the recreation center, of their free time, working out, getting on the computer, what I mean, just taking advantage, you know what I'm saying? So I was homeless at the time where I was going to the gym and everything. So, I was at 34th and Park Avenue station, and I went through the gate, and they arrested me. So I'm like, okay. Say, yo, you just gonna get a DAT, and then you won't go to court. I'm like, okay. So alright, that's okay. I'm like, whoa, I don't have to go to Central Buckets with all them crazy guys. So I was trying to get a New York NYC ID. That's what I was trying to get. I was really trying to get the ID so I could get a job. You know what I mean? That's why I was planning. I was planning to get in the job. You know what I mean? You could work without your GED or education. You could work as a waiter or a valet. So I could be a valet or a waiter, or whatever. I was trying to get a job and everything. So I went to the shelter. See, to get NYC ID, you need to go to the shelter. So I went through the whole shelter. This is a whole nother video about the shelter. What I went through in the shelter, it wasn't a good experience. What I went through in the shelter. So I went for the ID and did completed everything, but I decided to stay there because it wasn't that bad. But it's a chances I could get hurt, but I just stayed there. So the DAT. So the DAT date was coming up. So they gave me a DAT that's like give you a court date for the next time you go to court. You know what I mean? It's like a ticket. You know what I mean? So I took the DAT and I said, oh, today's the DAT day. So I gotta go to court. When I went to court, I got arrested. You know what I'm saying? I got arrested. They say, you know what happened? I got arrested for menacing. They put me in the cell, got mad and all that. I said, what the fuck? What did I do? I said, what did I do to get arrested? I got mad and said, you know what happened at the gym and all this shit? I'm like, yo, I just argue with them. How am I they really menacing me because they troublemakers. They the troublemakers. They the life harders. They make people's life uneasy. I'm not the one. You see me with this hat on. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what I had to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So there was like yeah, so I did a week in Rikers Island. I tell you that experience. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the arrest I had the first time. I was in the library, the head library on 42nd Street on Fifth Avenue. The head library on Fifth Avenue. I was in there. I was homeless at the time, and this was 2015, and I was taking a nap. And before this happened, a woman banged on the table. And before this happened, I was at there's a head library, and then there's a library across the street from it on the corner. And then I was in there, I was dozing off a little bit. I wasn't even dozing, I was just reading the book. I was reading the GED book, trying to get my GED. They was banging on the table. So I was homeless trying to get my GED and everything. So I was really about my knowledge. So, word. So I was in the head library like a week later or yesterday, you know what I mean, the day after that day happened. They was like, you know what I'm saying, they was banging on the table. I got annoyed with the shit. So this is the second woman that did this. I said, yo, keep banging on the fucking table, I'm gonna bang your fucking head in. That's what I said. And then the one, she got some, I ain't saying nothing, she ain't saying nothing, she just walked and told somebody, and the woman wasn't listening. She said, you got to leave. You got to leave. I forgot what she said, but she said something like that. You got to leave. And then I just pushed her on the floor. I said, fuck you, bitch. I just went ignorant on the bitch. I just went ghetto on the bitch. Like, I said, fuck you, bitch. Word, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, man, alright. Come on, if you want to kick me out, because I've been through a lot of shit, just tell me, get out. Because I would just walk out with my head up high. I'll probably get my family up there. They just kick me out. And every time I come back in, you tell me, no, you can't be in here. You got to get out. I'm like, what? You kicked me out of the head library? And I just pushed her, and she got back up, and I hit her with my bag, and a bunch of white people came along and put me on the floor and put me in the judo room till the cops get there, and the cops got there quick. You know what I'm saying? The cops got there quick. So I went to jail, went to Central Bookings, left the next day. I left the next day. They gave me ACD, and I left. And then the gym happened, and then what happened? I went to the EBT office. I went to the EBT office, and I went to the EBT office to get my cash assistance because I cut off my SSI. So I went to get me and my mother wasn't getting along. She wasn't trying to give me the money, so I just cut it off. And I just wanted to you can't get SSI and cash assistance at the same time, but you could get food stamps. So I had my SSI, I cut off SSI, and then I went to get my EBT, and then I had to bring in the war letter to the EBT proof, and I don't have no SSI. I cut it off, I got the proof. I went to get the cash assistance, and then I went back on the train just to wait till I get my cash assistance. I was homeless too. This happened in 2017. And the gym thing happened in 2017. This woman, I'm asking for rides at the subway. So I'm asking for rides after I went for the cash assistance thing, or escort him called Skimmerhorn. I'm asking for Skimmerhorn. I was asking for rides, and a woman passed by me, like she like inches, almost touching me, like, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like I went ghetto again. I'm like, what the fuck, yo? And I had a Yankee hat, a New York Yankees hat, and I took it off and hit it in the head with it, and they arrested. She called the cops. There's a precinct right there. She called the cops, and the cops said stop, and I stopped, and he arrested me. He said I'm arrested for assault, and they gave me assault with a weapon, and the weapon was the hat. Went to Central Bookers and left the next day. I was in Brooklyn. I was in the shelter. You know what I mean? 'Cause I decided to stay in the shelter. So I was going through a lot of problems with other people that was living in the shelter. My neighbors in the shelter. So my neighbors in the shelter, and I was transferring from different shelters to different shelters. So I went to one shelter on Atlantic Avenue called the Atlantic House, and I was in there. I was in the Atlantic, and I was in the Atlantic House, and then I don't know. I came there with a little bit of drinks. I drank like 2 Bud Light margaritas, 2 big cans. I stole it from the Dwayne Reed at Columbus Circle, and I came to what that called? I came to Atlantic Avenue on the L train, and I was walking, right? I went there. I said, I'm not going in right now. It's too early. So I went around the corner to finish off my drink. Finished it, got up, walked. Got up and walked. And when I walked to the across the street back to the shelter. And I think it's Sackman, something like Sackman Street. A car, full speed, coming at me. Shoo! I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? You about to hit me with the car. I didn't know you was coming. You went, phew! Right on the car. That got me upset. I almost chased the car, trying to break the car, because he went, boom, about to hit me. So you out of your fucking mind? So I'm walking to the shelter now. I see a woman with a stroller, a young woman with a stroller, and she walked right past me. Right? She walked past me, and then she was like, did the same thing what happened in Skimmerhorn. This happened 24 to Atlantic Avenue, just to make you know. She walked past me, and then I'm like, yo, miss. I addressed it. I was like, miss, what's your attitude? I said, yo, what's your attitude, right? She like, and I just smacked the shit before. I just smacked the shit up. Her mom is there. She's Jamaican, and a guy that I was living with, I told him, yeah, I was saying hello to him, but he switched up on me. He said, yo. He was like, yo, you hit, yo, what? Everybody, all of them trying to beat me up. His mother was hitting me with the bag, and piece of shit, you know, all this shit. And I said, oh, let me get the fuck out of here because they're going to tell DHS. I've been arrested by DHS before. So I ran from DHS. I ran down the block, you know, came back, got arrested, and then they let me go again. So I was at, you know, my final arrest. They did, right? My final arrest. I'm at Grand Central Terminal. I just bought me I just in the Apple store just listened to music on the beats, and then I left and I'm about to leave the Apple store, about to go to Port Authority to play on the piano. I got a piano right here, but so you know, yeah, I was playing on the piano, and then you know, she was like, a woman bumped me when I was about to leave out the Grand Central Terminal. I said, yo, miss, you see how I look? Why are you bumping me? You know what I'm saying? Why the hell are you bumping me? Why are you bumping me? She ain't respond. She was like, yeah, so I just walked, and a bunch of people just bumped me. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, yo, just push. I said, well, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? And then the National Guard, he's an African, and he put me on the floor. This happened in 2018. The girl I hit, I smacked, this happened in 2018. And while I was on the floor, he put me in judo move to the police there. Got there, Grand Central Terminal police came in. A woman came up and said, I hit her, I punched her in the face, and I went to court for that. I plead not guilty, and I copped out because I was starved in that court. So that's what happened, and I got 2 years because of that. Yeah, like, subscribe, and share.